Hi everybody, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. Today is going to be all about brows. I get asked about my brows constantly on YouTube and also on Instagram. Are my brows natural? Yes, they are. Are they microbladed? No, they're not. How do I get my brows to look exactly like yours, and what products do you use? Well, today I'm going to explain how I do my brows. It is so simple and so easy, but you do need some brow hairs there to begin with. So if you are practically bald in the eyebrow department, this technique probably won't work for you. I have also already done a video on how to trim your brows and style your brows to make them even. I will link that video up here and also in the description box so that you can watch that a little bit later on. But today, let's crack on with this. I've got both kids downstairs. This is the last day of their summer holiday, so at the moment they are eating ice cream and popcorn for breakfast, because that's how we roll on the last day of the holidays. You've got to get as many treats in as possible on the last day. So this is going to be a very quick video, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the day with them and make the most of them before they go back to school tomorrow. So you're only going to need 2 products to replicate this look. You can use a brow powder or a brow gel if you want to, but I tend not to go down that route. I use an eyebrow pencil because it's just so simple. Usually in a lot of the videos that you've seen in the description box, you will see Urban Decay Brow Blade as a product that I use. That at the moment has run out, and I no longer use the ink stain end. So it's a little bit of a waste of money for me if I'm not going to use really the little bit that you are paying that bit of extra money for. So I have reverted back to the NYX Microbrow Pencil, and this is in the shade Ash Brown. This is such a great pencil, absolutely amazing. You can get a really good defined line with this. You can be very accurate, and it does have a spoolie on the end. I think it's around about £10 in the UK, around about $10 in the US. I'm also going to be using the Urban Decay Brow Finish. This is going to last me forever, and I use it every single day, so it's well worth the money I paid for it, which I can't remember at the moment, but I will link it in the description box below. So firstly, I like to just go through my brows with the spoolie just to get the hairs standing where I want them. I think especially when I do this when I've just woken up, my brow hairs are all over the place from being swashed around by the pillow, messed around by my pillow. They can go a little bit kinked as well. I was going to say kinky, stop myself, and then I said it because I didn't. That was a bit silly. Anyway, they do go a bit kinky every now and again, and just evening them out with a spoolie and just straightening everything out just gives you a really good base to work with. Then I'm going to open the other end and just roll some of the product out, and I'm just going to fill in where it's a little bit lighter. I will zoom this in for you so that you can see it a little bit clearer. So I'm just outlining the brow at the moment where I actually want it to sit. And on the top as well. So this is just an outline to start with. And I don't really touch the inner portion of the brow at the moment. I'm just trying to get the outline sorted, which I've managed to do now. Then I move on to the other brow, just to make sure that both outlines pretty much match. I've got B downstairs talking to a friend on FaceTime at the moment. She got a phone the other day, which she paid for with her own money. I really didn't want her to get it because she's 8. But when she can't be with her friends in the holidays, she's really enjoyed FaceTiming them on my phone. So she bought her own. It was really weird the other day. Her friend came over to actually play with her, and they were FaceTiming each other while they were in the same house, which was interesting. Quite funny though. So again, just doing the outline of the brow. This brow always takes me longer to do. It's my funny brow. I hate funny brows. You never have two eyebrows that are the same. This is my awkward one. Just takes me a little bit longer to do the outline to get that one right. Just check there. So once I've done the outline on both brows, I'll then just go and fill it in quite roughly. You can use a different product for this, but there really is no need. I know a lot of people use about 3 or 4 products for brows, and I really just don't have time for that. So I just like to feather it in using exactly the same product, just to make sure that all areas are more or less filled. You don't have to be neat with this at all, because you're going to make sure everything's blended with the spoolie as soon as you've finished. So this is just very, very rough filling. A lot of people like to do this with powder or with more of a pomade. You can do that if you want to. Okay, so the trick is not to get too much product on there because you want it to look as natural as possible. I like my brows to look like brows. I don't like them to look like they've been painted on. I'm now going to start with the front, and I'm not going to go all the way up to the top of the hairs because that's how your brows start to look a little bit boxy. So I'm just going to start at the bottom, put my pencil on the side so it's not too accurate, and just feather that in. So I'm just adding a little bit of colour, but more at the base of the brow hair. By the way, I have been trialing out so many different foundations at the moment. I just couldn't bring myself to do another foundation review today. I'm a little bit all foundation reviewed out, even though I absolutely love foundations. So I have a new one on my face today, which I'm absolutely loving at the moment. I've been wearing this for the last 2 to 3 days, but there will be a review to come. Okay, so as you can see, I've stopped more or less halfway up the hair there. This is just to make it look as natural as possible. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my spoolie and I'm really going to stretch that colour and blend it further up the brow. So as you can see, the line is completely gone now. It's completely blended up naturally into the natural hairs at the front of the brow. The more colour you put on at the front of the brow, the more unnatural it's going to look. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. So just use your spoolie really lightly to just blend that colour up. There you go. Not a box in sight. I'm going to do the same all over the rest of the brow, just to make sure that all the pencil looks as natural as possible and as blended in as possible. Now, after you've done this stage, you can always go back in and add a little bit more colour if you feel like you need it. So I'm just going to go in to this brow here and just add a little bit more colour in this section. The tiniest amount, and again take the spoolie, which is why I love this NYX Microbrow pencil, because it comes with a spoolie on the end, and the spoolie is lovely, really is. Really easy to use, and just blend that out. So that's why we're going to leave the eyebrow pencil for now. You can go back into that a little bit later on if you want to redefine areas that may have become a little bit softer after applying the next product, because the Urban Decay brow finish can actually lift some of the product that you've already got on your brows I prefer that. I think it adds to a very, very natural, subtle look. But if you want to redefine any areas, then you just go in with your brow pencil straight after. Now, a lot of people say that this one should be used first and then you should colour in second. I prefer not to do it that way. If that's your way of doing it, then that's absolutely fine if that works for you. But I prefer to use this product second because this really does stiffen off the brows. And if you use this first, it just hinders being able to really get in with the spoolie and make sure that all the product that you've already put on is really evenly distributed and blended out perfectly. So I prefer to do it my way. This product is clear. I mean, it's not as clear as it used to be for me because I use this every single day. So some of the product that I put on my brows does transfer onto the brush a little bit and into the product. So this is more of a creamy colour now, which it used to be clear. So I'm just going to take that and just rub very, very lightly upwards and outwards. So I'm going more or less on a diagonal with my outer hairs and vertically but slightly diagonally on my other hairs. Now, as you can see there, we've now got a little bit of a bald spot that will need filling in a little bit later on once this product is completely dry. Now, this is my finicky brow, so I always have to do the brow finish twice on this brow because this is the brow hairs that like to move throughout the day, so I like to make sure I've locked them down in place just by using 2 coats of this on this side. So now this side is completely dry, I'm just going to go back in with my pencil and just fill in that bald area that the brow finish has uncovered. Very, very lightly, just fill that in a little bit. And that's it. Simple as that. Okay, so the brows are done. I'm not quite sure if you've been able to hear throughout this video. My neighbours are having some work done on their house and all I can hear in the background is slightly annoying. And no matter whether I close all the windows, I can still hear it. So I hope that it hasn't offended anybody in the background, and I hope that they will be done soon. Let's just hope it's not a full-blown extension, otherwise this is going to go on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Anyway, the brows are finished. I really like the overall look, and I haven't used 10 different products that each cost £50 each. I've used 2 products, both of them are relatively affordable, especially the NYX Microbrow Pencil. This is the best microbrow pencil I have ever used, and I've used high-end and drugstore. I always come back to this one. It is an excellent product. I also really, really like the Urban Decay Brow Finish because this is waterproof. So I know that even if I'm going to get caught in a thunderstorm and get absolutely drenched from head to toe, my brows will still be intact. They will not have moved. I mean, my mascara will have run all the way down my face, but my brows will still be on point. So, hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up. It really does tell me I'm going in the right direction. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, why not? There is a watermark in this corner. If you click on it, it will take you through to my homepage where you can subscribe. Please also make sure that you hit that notification bell and make sure that your settings on YouTube have notifications turned on. Otherwise, you won't get notified every time I upload a new video. I upload on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 PM London time. And please make sure you are also following me on Instagram. It's @PamperedWolf, all lowercase, no spaces. Hope to see you all in the next video.